friends, welcome again to my channel where we discuss the science behind this world of medicine. So today we are going to do an exercise wherein we are going to understand the reason and cause behind your anxiety, stress, frustrations, or what you sometimes call as depression. We are going to understand the reasons behind this, and maybe these reasons, understanding the reasons, help you alleviate or get rid of the antidepressants and the anti-anxiety medications that most of you are on. I personally call this as the process or the theory of circle of thoughts or the circle of gratitude, and it is a part of behavioral therapy in medical science. For this exercise to begin, I request you to take a pencil and a pen along with a piece of paper, because we are going to do this as an exercise. So I need you to write few things. So if you have a pen, pencil and a paper right now in your hand, please on top of that, write that one thing that is causing you stress and anxiety right now. One area of your life, just one specific area that may be causing stress and anxiety for you. That area can be related to your business, your personal finances, your business finances, your job, your education, school grades, college grades, your relationships, your relationship with your colleague. It can be anything that is causing you stress and anxiety. Write it down on top of that piece of paper. Now make 3 circles like you see on the screen, and on top circle you write down in that area of the field or in that area of your life where you have stress right now, what is that you want to achieve? What is that you want to accomplish? What is that you dream of? What are your goals? Like if it's business, you may have X revenues as your target. If it's personal finances, you may have some sorts of cash flows that you want in your personal life or your business life. If it's your education, you want A plus grades, 95 percentile, 99 percentile. If it's related to college, you may want a good college, or you may want a good job, or you may want a good promotion, or you are waiting for a promotion to happen for which you are working. You may want a quality relationship with your spouse or with your family members, or you may just want relationship with your colleagues to be at a good quality level. It can be anything that you want out of that area of your life that you have written on the top of the paper. Now, in one of the bottom circles, mention what you already have. Like if it refers to your business, you may have added few new products over the last year. If it refers to your personal finances, you may have good backup money in your account, which is holding in mutual funds or any other kinds of deposits. You may have in your job, you may have achieved a certain position. You may have done X number of projects which are executed to perfection. If it comes to your school or education, you may be very good at science and mathematics. If it refers to your college degree, you may have passed or done well in 60% of the subjects. If it comes to relationship, there may be some quality moments, some happy moments you can recall of. There may be some jovial memories that you want to relinquish again and again. It can be anything that you feel that you have achieved or have from that area of your life. Think over it. You can pause the video and think and write what you have achieved in that area of your life which you have just mentioned, which is causing you anxiety and stress. Now, in the leftover circle, you write down what you have not achieved. Like if it refers to business, you may have lost X amount of revenue in the last year because of COVID. You may have lost your job because of COVID. You may have lost money in stock market. You may have lost money because you had to do an investment or you had to invest in your education, which did not work out well. You may have some problems with your school education because that was done online, because of which you could not focus. You had bad grades in school. You are not good in English or Sanskrit or any other subject. When it comes to your college degree, you may have flunked in a few of the subjects. So there can be anything. When it comes to relationship, you may have had very bad memories, very bad discussions. You may have had moments of anger, moments that you don't want to remember with your colleagues. You may have had anything. Please think, pause the video and write down in that area of your life which you have mentioned on the top of the paper, what is it that you have not achieved, what you cannot have in the leftover circle. Think and write as many points from that area as you can. Now, once you have filled all these three circles, let us now think deeply, introspect. What are your constant thoughts? Are your constant thoughts focused towards what you don't have, which is the reason why you're having this anxiety and stress? So, yes, you may realize that your constant thoughts are focused in the area where you have labeled as things you cannot have, you do not have, you do not have, and you have not achieved in that area of your life. So these are thoughts which are giving you anxiety and stress. These are giving you moments of low self-worth. There is a constant negative self-talk that is running in your mind. You are unproductive. You are an underachiever if you're thinking these thoughts. You are under constant stress level because you are thinking what you don't have, what you cannot achieve. When you are doing that, you are reducing your self worth, you are reducing your own confidence. And when this happens, what happens is your body secretes lots of stress hormones. The stress hormones are cortisol and adrenaline. A long-term release of these cortisol and adrenaline, a long-term release of these stress hormones causes a lot of issues. It causes health issues in terms of hypertension, diabetics, it raises your blood glucose levels, it causes heart diseases, it causes your immunity to be on a lower side, it causes mental dysfunction, brain dysfunction, it causes your gastrointestinal problems, like a lot of people have stomach disturbances, what they call as, and these all can be attributed to high levels of stress hormones, which are cortisol and adrenaline, and which are byproduct of the stress. And this byproduct, stress, is a byproduct of your constant negative self-talk, constant negative thoughts which are focused towards what you don't have in that area of life. Now, this is easy to understand, but this is not the only case. Sometimes what happens is your constant thoughts are a mix of what you have in life and what you don't have in life. So you are constantly thinking, okay, I don't have this, I cannot achieve this, but also you have thoughts which are, I have this, I have done this. But what happens is when these two thoughts combine together, there is still no satisfaction. There is low self-worth still. It's a dull life. There is no happiness. There is complete dullness because your stress hormones are already elevated because of your negative self-talk. So the good hormones that may be elevated because of thinking positive are not getting that effect. So what happens is when you do a lot of positive self-talk, when you are happy about what you have achieved, some good hormones are released, but you're constantly also thinking about those thoughts wherein you are thinking constantly that you have not achieved this, you don't have this, you cannot do this. So there are stress hormones, there are good hormones. They clash and neutralize with each other, and hence you do not have a happy mood. Your life is dull. Your body physique reflects the same because good hormones in the body reflect as good mood, good behavior, good physique, good health, and all those things, which is not reflected in an individual who is constantly fighting between the good and the bad hormones or the stress hormones because of two kinds of thoughts simultaneously running in his or her mind. So, this is also not a good state of thought process to be in. Now, the third case scenario can be wherein you are constantly thinking about what you want to achieve in life, what are your goals with that aspect or that area of your life that you have selected, and you may simultaneously have thoughts of what you don't have, what you cannot achieve. This is also a common type of thought process wherein the person is constantly thinking negative about himself or herself for not achieving and also wants something to happen. It is very clear by this thought process itself that the person will be in utmost stress and anxiety because in one aspect he or she is thinking about the negative things about the past, which is giving stress and anxiety, and then there is expectations from the future which gives anxiety, which is giving anxiety and stress as well because future is not known. So you want to achieve something but you are low on confidence because of your negative self talk. So this is a combined stress, this is a combined anxiety because you're constantly thinking about you want to achieve something but you are low on confidence. So it creates a future wherein you cannot see brightness. You want to achieve something but you're low on confidence and you do not see that future or your dream coming true. So that creates even more anxiety levels, even more higher anxiety and stress levels, raising your cortisol and adrenaline level, and hence the harmful effects of this kind of thought process. Now, the other kind of thought process which is found very rarely is you are constantly focused on what you want in life. You do not think about what you have. You do not think about what you have lost or cannot have. You're constantly focused on what you want. Okay, this is better than the other case scenarios, but it still gives you anxiety because this thought process of constantly focusing on something you want to achieve in life without the backing of self confidence is not good. You're constantly in the future without enjoying the present moment is something that creates anxiety and stress. Yes, this is an aspect of achievers. You surely can achieve results with this process, but you do not have the backing of gratitude. You do not have backing of the good hormones at this stage of thought process also because you are relinquishing yourself in an area which is not known. When you think only about your dreams and only about what you want without what you have and without what you cannot achieve, you are in a constant stress of the unknown. And again, your stress levels are on the higher level. By now, you could have realized that I have described a lot of scenarios in which you are constantly in stress. And you can realize that maximum people underline in this thought process constantly. And that is why people have stress, they have high levels of stress hormones and high level of metabolic diseases, high level of diseases which are or can be cured easily. Now, we are missing out on two kinds of thought processes which we have not discussed. The good thought process is wherein you are thinking about what you have in life. So you're constantly focusing on your achievements, what you have. You're giving a sense of gratitude. You're seeing the glass as half full always. This gives you satisfaction. This gives you the kind of life of gratitude. This is the circle of gratitude where you are thanking life for what you have. You know your achievements. It gives you confidence. And this releases a lot of happy hormones, which are nothing but serotonin, oxytocin, and endorphins. These hormones help you maintain good physical structure, good physique, good mental status, good mood, they are mood elevating hormones, and it keeps your body also healthy. Your digestive system is good, your digestion is good, your heart is healthy, it lowers down the blood pressure, it works on your body in a good way. And these are people who are constantly in the mode of gratitude. But this may not be the best lifestyle because you're still missing out on one thing, which is dopamine. So, what happens when your constant thought process is what you have and what you want in life? So, you're constantly thinking about what you have and also thinking about what are your goals, your dreams, or what you want to achieve in that area of life. So, this with the circle of gratitude giving you the power of happy hormones, which are oxytocin, serotonin, and the endorphin, also gives an additional release of hormone, which is the dopamine, which is a motivating hormone, which is called as a hormone of motivation. It motivates your brain to achieve, it gives you confidence, it helps you achieve more. And it is as simple as that. True happiness is equal to progress. So this zone defines your perfect zone of thought process where you should lie. So the perfect zone of thought process is wherein you are in a sense of gratitude for what you have, and you also are thinking constantly about what you want to achieve. That sense of gratitude also gives you confidence. And yes, medically you have happy hormones plus dopamine being released, which is the perfect zone to be in terms of the thought process, in terms of your anxiety levels being at the minimal level, and in terms of your achievements, and in terms of your physical body structure, and in terms of your healthy lifestyle. So by now, I'm sure you can look at your life or the area of life that you have listed in terms of the thought processes you are having, and you can reflect upon them to reach a thought process consciously which is good for you. Why it is important is because knowing is taking action. So now you have realized where you are in your thought process that is giving you stress and what are the harmful effects it is having. So you can easily shift your thought process to the thoughts which will lower down your stress, help release in good and happy hormones, motivating hormones, and hence help alleviate or remove the body symptoms. This kind of exercise, if you do it constantly, will surely and surely help you get rid of anti-anxiety medications, will help you get a good sound sleep, which will may also help you get rid of antidepressants if you're on some. Obviously, medical depression does require some treatment, but a lot of times a medical depression may not be a true diagnosis, and hence you can avoid those antidepressants. So friends, I hope this video was informative, this exercise was useful for you, and believe me, if you like this video and like this exercise, I request you to redo this video with another area of your life, reflect upon your life, introspect your thought process, and make changes and amends. And yes, if you're liking this, please do share it with your loved ones and others in whose life you want to make an impact. Please do share it if you like the exercise. And yes, if, as I always say, if you like this video, please do like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to watch my next video. Thank you.